Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh my gosh, birds are turning up behind me, so that's a good sign. Um, Welcome to the Angels in Politics broadcast. I am the White Collar Goon, the creative and artistic manifestation of Angels in Politics, and I'm super excited to have you here with me today. Um, there is a topic that is at hand that I would like to discuss with you, and I'll be brief. I know I have difficulties with that, but this platform and this way of conversing with the listener or the audience, and the audience just could be one person. It's helping me improve my framing or structuring of telling a point or, bringing an idea forth. So, yeah, first and foremost, have you had your dinner? What about your lunch? Okay, so you're fasting. I'm with that too. I'm with that too. I'm not fasting right now. I'm pretty hungry. And I'm going to have my dinner in a few minutes, probably after this video. So I'm excited for that. What I wanted to speak to you about was the part of yourself, and I do discuss the shadow self and the inner child and having a system of synchronicity and synthesis. And, I talk about the acronym BAYB, which is baby, which stands for be about your business. And being about your business is understanding your spiritual gifts, understanding that your life is meaningful, and being attuned to your purpose, and being intentional about everything that you're doing. Intentionality, clarity, concision, openness, all of that, all of those elements are like within this, are within a bowl, and you mix those elements. Got you. That's my father. You're saying it's dinner time, and that makes that mixing board, or that, if it's like a bowl, that creation is your personality, and that's what it adds up to. So I'm excited about that, and I like talking about that. But I was watching in an interview. There was this actress named Aquafina, and she was in Crazy Rich Asians and Ocean's 8 and a number of things. But her real name is probably like Nora or something like that. And she was discussing how who she was as a teenager or as a younger person um, was very different to. Is that a bird? I think it is a bird. Um, it is a bird. It is very different to like how she comes across in a public environment, how she socializes, how she's able to adapt to the normalcies or the ways of behaving in public has been a long process for her. She kind of felt self-drawn and withdrawn as she got into university, based on the way she was as a person, how crazy and funny and open and unique and peculiar she was. Her ways of being were so, I guess, different than what she was used to, or different than what was being expressed as normal behavior, that she felt like she had to withhold that or retain that, and keep those things suppressed. So there was like this suppression of her true, unique self, her genuine self. And she felt that in order for her to mature in life and to grow and have a proper job, like working at a corporate environment, and get like proper money and get a relationship and all these types of things, she would have to play the game, and be what people expected, you know, what was expected for her to be, and that was for everybody to conform and be this almost be this robot of yourself, or have this persona that is accepting to others, because we don't want to rock the boat and ruffle feathers, and you don't want to be too polarizing. Um, and she said, Aquafina was her childlike self, or that was her true self from high school. Aquafina was the joking, laughing, super funny, super witty, off the cuff, uh, you know, illustrative, super expressive, whatever the case may be, just zany individual. And she was able to utilize that portion of her personality, or express that portion of her personality, through music and through her comedy and through their YouTube videos. And that's how it propelled her to be this actress who is a Golden Globe winner now. Right now she's traveling the world doing what she loves. Um, I would say that story resonates with me, because for a long, I don't know if it's a long time or a long period, but for a while growing up, I was always very comfortable with myself, and I still am. But I mean, there were some ups and downs with that. It's been an ebb and flow with that realization of, you know, the fact. And within the past 3 to 4 years, it's been a bit more clear, for sure. It's solidified now, like stapled, and I'll wear that badge proudly. But it took a time, and it took a toll on me to come to the realization that my life wasn't going to be like everybody else's, in a good way, because I am this way for a reason, and I can't help it. This is who I am. But you're going to throw some people off. Growing up in school, I was, I guess, well received, to say the least, because I was very confident in myself, and I was sure of myself, and I was outspoken, and I was just comfortable in my own skin. And I understand that a lot of people don't have those feelings. They don't see themselves that way. A lot of people are a bit more neurotic, I would say, a bit more anxious, a bit more reserved with expressing themselves as a mechanism, or yeah, they're fearful, and they use these conservative tactics of withholding who they are as a way to shield themselves from being vulnerable and ridiculed and scrutinized. And I just really wasn't really like that, and I still am, and I'm still not that way. But through my mid-20s is whenever I started to realize kind of how different that was in comparison to other people, because I didn't, accept this, just the normal, hey, this is how you get a job, and you maintain the job, and you follow the rules, and you don't speak out, and you don't do these types of things, and this is how you get a relationship, and you kind of, you stay within these lanes, and this is how you progress through life, this is how life is supposed to go. And I just couldn't be that way. I'm super excited, and I'm super happy, and I'm saying that with with so much truthfulness, because I'm happy for those guys and girls who I know who have found their purpose in life. They have found their purpose with their family, or their marriage, or their job. It's so powerful to have, a to be in a job, or a workplace, or in an occupation in which it's like, yo, this is what I'm destined to do. This is what I love to do. I grew up feeling like I was going to do this, and now here I am. That type of thing. And for me, like I realized kind of early, and it's not early, maybe a few years ago, that is like, I'm not going to find fulfillment from a job in that sense. I will enjoy work. I will like doing new things, loving, the fact that I continuing to grow and mature. But I realize that my path is going to be very different, and I think that's what the white collar goon, in a sense, is that same expression. It's that same, oh, like Nora from Aquafina is her rap style, her funny style, her artistic side. And the white collar goon for me is the same thing. It's like, okay, so this is the part of Gabe that we remember from the 5th grade, or this is the Gabe that we knew from 8th grade. This is the Gabe that we knew from the middle school dances acting crazy. This is the Gabe who was like the class clown in school. This is the Gabe, and I'm not really a class clown, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the Gabe who said like wild stuff and got on stage doing crazy things, like, you know, and that normally is supposed to go away when you become like 30 years old. Like that normally is supposed to go away whenever you realize I want something a bit more stringent, a bit more structured, a bit more stable, something safe. And I don't want those things. So it's good to know who you are, and it's good to express yourself, but you need to have those outlets. If you're a person like that, it's good to have that side of yourself, or that part of yourself that you kind of want to hold in and keep in. It's good to let it out. And of course there's a time and place for everything. I mean, I'm not going into my church service on Sunday on my white collar goon tip, for sure. So yeah, namaste and namaskar.